Hi everybody, welcome to the Gift of Stillness. Thanks for being here tonight. I know you have other options, so I appreciate your spending your time with me. It means a lot. Thanks. So, I hope you're all doing well. I hope you are finding things to be grateful for, finding things to occupy your time with, finding things to bring a sense of normalcy to your life under these unusual times that we're in. I know that's kind of hard to have a sense of normalcy right now, but when we're in these kinds of circumstances, and I don't know that, hi Letitia, so nice to see you. I don't know that any of us have been in anything even remotely resembling these kinds of circumstances before, but when we are under these kinds of circumstances, it's real important to try to maintain some sense of routine in your life. And I've been posting about that and writing about that in some of my emails and blogs and things. And that's not what I'm going to focus on tonight, but I just want to bring it up just a little bit before I start to talk about happiness, which is what I want to focus on tonight. I just want to mention that routine is so very important under the circumstances that we're living in right now, where you're not necessarily going to work every day, and you can't go to the movies like you normally would, or you can't go out with your friends like you normally would, and you can't go out to dinner like you normally would. Everything's kind of abnormal and out of the ordinary and so weird feeling and like ungrounded, and brings a lot of imbalance to your your life and your emotions. And that can be very stressful. So routine is a very good thing when you're feeling that way. Hey, Judy. And routine is a very simple thing. Routine is kind of like going to bed and getting up at the same time, eating normally like you would, like at the same times, eating well, and having some sense of doing things like exercise and all that sort of thing like you normally would. Okay, I'm going to kind of get off that topic and get onto the topic that I wanted to talk about tonight, which is happiness. Lifting our moods and finding happiness. Hey, Ramona. Finding happiness in ways that may seem like, oh, how can I find happiness in a place and a time where I'm not really feeling happy right now. I'm feeling bummed out. I'm feeling negative. There's all this negative energy around me, and there's all this, unhappiness around me, and everybody's down, and I'm down, right? And it's real easy to become down when the TV's blasting all this news at you, all this negativity, and maybe even all of your friends and neighbors are really into it, and all they're talking about is all this negative stuff, and it's all over the radio, and it's all in the newspapers, and it's all over the internet. And I'm not saying be ignorant and don't know what's going on, but you have to protect yourself. And one of the ways that you can do that is to lift your mood and focus on happiness, bringing happiness to your life. So, I just wanted to talk about a couple of things. And one of those is music. Music. Listening to music. So, whether you're an opera fan or country music fan or, I don't know, rock and roll fan, whatever it is that you like to listen to music. Music affects your brain waves, and that affects your central nervous system. And whatever it is that you like to listen to it, because it counteracts stress. It's very important. It promotes relaxation. Yes, even the the head banging heavy metal stuff, believe it or not, if that's what you like, then that is going to promote relaxation for you, because it affects your brain waves, and it just, boom, does something for you. Now, of course, slow music and fast music do two different things. Slow music is going to affect your heartbeat and your breathing differently than fast music, but it all affects you. And listening to music, I mean, listen, there's music therapy for people that have emotional issues. So music is very important. It helps you with optimism and emotional stress. It's so good for you. Listen to music. Put your earbuds in and listen to music, or blast it through the house. Blast it outside on your lanai. Listen to music. Another thing is laughter. Now, we all enjoy the sound of laughter, listening to little kids laugh and giggle, and we all enjoy a good belly laugh, right? We don't do it enough. We don't laugh enough. It's somehow, by the time we're like, I don't know, become teenagers, we just don't laugh enough. We get out of that as we grow older and become adults, and we think everything is so serious, and oh, no. We don't do that enough. Laughter is very important. Releases endorphins. I'm going to sit down a little bit because my knees are screaming at me. So it reduces endorphins, and endorphins are happy things going on in the brain. Very important for you. That is also a part of what helps you build your immunity system. And laughter also, in some studies, it shows laughter prolongs life. I'm not a scientist. I don't know about that, but it has been written up in some scientific studies that laughter helps prolong life. Well, I think that's a pretty good thing. So laugh away. Laughter reduces the stress hormones in your body, and it increases the healthy, good hormones in your body. So it's a good way to release negative emotions that are happening. And who doesn't enjoy a good belly laugh? So watch a comedy on TV, read a funny book, listen to a funny podcast, do something that is going to make you laugh. Play with your kids. Do something that's going to make you laugh. Another way to bring happiness into your life is to do a good deed. Okay? Now, I know we can't do a lot that's going to bring us within a certain amount of closeness to other people right now, but there's still things that you can do that are small acts of kindness. You can pay it forward. So you're in line in your car going through takeout. We're all doing takeout right now. So pay for the guy behind you. Great. It's a great way to make yourself feel good. Doing a good deed makes you feel good. When you're baking or cooking, make something extra, and then just drop it off at the neighbors. You don't have to, go inside and give it to them. You can just leave it at their front door and ring the bell, or just call them on the phone and say, hey, I left something at the door for you. Wonderful thing to do, a neighborly, kind thing to do. Same thing if you're going grocery shopping. Call your neighbor or your friend and say, hey, I'm going grocery shopping, and do you need anything? And if I can find it, I'll pick it up for you. That sort of thing. Those are wonderful ways to do a small act of kindness that make you feel good. And when you feel good like that, that also releases positive feelings and gets rid of negative energy in the body. Okay, meditation. You know, I'm a big believer in meditation, and we're going to do some meditation tonight. Not a difficult one, but meditation is a great form of stress management. It's a great way to focus your mind, and there's so many options about meditation. You can do a walking meditation. You can do a guided meditation. You can do a yoga nidra. You can do so many things with meditation. It's just a very, very good way to help your brain. And it relieves so much stress. Really good for you. And then, last but not least, choose to be happy. Choose it. When you get up out of bed in the morning, choose to be happy, because it is a choice, right? It's definitely a choice. Think about when you get up in the morning, think about what activities make you happy. What activities bring you joy? Think about those things. Do those things. Don't not do those things. Do those things. You can be happy right now by doing those things. Just choose happiness. All right. I did make a grid for tonight for us. It is a lifting your mood, finding happiness grid. As always, I make a grid for our gatherings. Here it is. So this is 2 large pieces of amethyst and rose quartz. Surrounding that are citrine. I gotta look at this. Lapis lazuli, more amethyst, blue apatite, and clear quartz points. Now, there are other stones. There are certainly other crystals and stones that you can use for finding happiness and for getting positive energy. And I'm on a black tourmaline kick lately, because black tourmaline is just like such a great stone for you to have around the house. You should have it basically in every room of your house, as far as I'm concerned. And there's a lot of things that you can probably research and read about black tourmaline, but anywhere that you have a computer, a TV, a cell phone, an iPad, anything like that, you should have a piece of black tourmaline, because it affects the energy, the EMFs that puts out. It helps. It doesn't exactly absorb, but it transmutes those EMFs. It also is just something that is really good for negative energy. So it instead of you walking around with negative energy, this is going to pull out that negative energy and allow more positive energy to be in your areas, in your bedroom, in your living room, in your kitchen, wherever you have that stone. I've got a lot of big pieces. It's good to have big pieces. There are other stones too that are good for positive energy. Again, rose quartz is one of them. Let's see, aventurine, aquamarine. I'm trying to think of some of the others, but I've named a carnelian. Those are some of the big ones that are really good for you with negative energy. Also, essential oils for positive energy. For positive energy, your essential oils would be peppermint, which is really uplifting. Orange, which enhances immunity. Spearmint, which is really invigorating, kind of like peppermint. Rosemary, which rosemary promotes clarity, and it's really an energizing fragrance. Lemon, sort of the same thing. It's good for your immunity, and it also is very energizing. Vetiver. Vetiver is it's real kind of an earthy fragrance. It smells beautiful. But it's very uplifting. I just love it, vetiver. Now, if you're going to use vetiver on your skin directly, I would suggest that you use it with a carrier oil, because it is a little bit thicker than some oils, so I would use a carrier oil if you're going to use it. And then lavender, of course. Lavender, master oil. You can't go wrong with lavender. It's relaxing, it's fresh, it's just a beautiful fragrance. A nice blend for you to use with some of those oils would be lavender, lemon, and rosemary with maybe a touch of orange. And I'll put that in the in the group tomorrow or later tonight. And I'll put a picture of the grid as well. And I think we have somebody here. Priscilla, hi Priscilla. I'm gonna put, I'll show you the grid. This is the grid that we're using for the next couple of weeks. And I will put this grid in the group also. I don't remember, I'm thinking about it. I don't know if I put the last grid in the group. I have to go back and check. If I didn't, I'll put that grid in there also. And my apologies if I didn't. So we're all about lifting moods, finding happiness, and it's really up to you. You can choose to be happy. There are little ways that you can do that with music, laughter, bringing laughter into your life, doing good deeds, paying it forward, meditation, which we're going to do a meditation right now, and then choosing joy, choosing to bring happiness into your life, choosing it. Hey, Danielle. Actually, I was going to call you, Danielle. Remind me if I don't email you or message you. Remind me that I need to talk with you. Okay. I just have a question for you. But thanks for being here tonight. Now, does anybody have a question for me about anything that I have talked about? I know I kind of babbled on here. Anything about the essential oils or the grid? Anybody have a suggestion for me too. Does anybody have a suggestion for a good deed? I know I brought up a couple, like maybe paying it forward in the drive-through, or cooking or baking extra something for your neighbor right now, especially, and just, I know you can't bring it in, but maybe leaving it at the door, or grocery shopping, picking something up extra for a neighbor. Anybody else have an idea, something that you're doing for your neighbors right now? Or anybody, just paying it forward somehow, doing a small act of kindness? No? Okay, well, think about it, because that is another way to bring joy and happiness into your life, when you do something nice for others. And that's kind of what our focus is tonight. You made eye pillows to gift to your students and leave them in the mailbox. Oh my God, that's beautiful. Wow, that's really nice. Hey, Alicia, that's a beautiful idea, Danny. Wow, what a great idea. So, well, I'd have to whip out my sewing machine to do something like that, and that hasn't seen the light of day in probably 2 years. I know that some people that I know locally here are making masks for the medical field, people in the medical field. I have a friend who's making masks. She's a quilter, so she's making a lot of masks. But that's a great idea. Anybody else have an idea of how to do a small act of kindness as a way to bring happiness into your life? All right. So we are going, well, the last thing I just want to say before we do our meditation is just to remember that to be happy, you have to choose to be happy. And there's a lot right now that is sort of sending message for us to not be happy, right? Between the TV and the computers and the newspaper and the radio, and it's all just blah, 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 blah. Negativity, negativity, negativity. So it's up to us as individuals to turn our focus towards the happy. You're reading bedtime books over FaceTime to your niece and nephew. Oh my God, you are good. Oh, I am not worthy. Whoo, whoo, whoo. Good for you. That's awesome. So you are choosing to be happy. You are choosing to do small acts of kindness, and that's wonderful. And that's kind of like the last thing I wanted to say before I move into our meditation tonight is choose to be happy. Music is good for you. Laughter, small acts of kindness, meditation, and just choosing to be happy. Doing things that bring joy to your life, activities that bring joy to your life. Focus on those and do those things rather than tuning into only the negative. All right, so we're going to do the Satanama meditation right now. And I'm going to play a YouTube video with the music. I don't own the rights to this music. It's on YouTube, so it's basically out there for anybody who wants to listen to it. I don't own it. So I'm going to play it, but basically this is a meditation where you sing and use your hands. Sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. Okay, so you sing along with the person that is playing this music. And initially, they will be singing loudly, or she, I can't remember. I think it's a woman vocalist. So she will be singing normal voice, like any vocalist, sa, ta, na, ma. And then she will, I believe, turn into a whisper, sa, ta, na, ma, sa, ta, na, ma. And then she will go silent, and the music will continue, and we will go silent as well. And then she will come back with a whisper. Sa, ta, na, ma, sa, ta, na, ma. And then she will come back to full volume. Sa, ta, na, ma. All right, the whole thing lasts, I believe, about 11 or 12 minutes. Sounds like a long time, but it goes pretty fast because you're moving your fingers and you're singing, and it does go fast. So, all right, so I'm going to go sit back on my mat, and I'm going to turn the music on. You just sit in easy seat. And again, I do not own the rights to this music. It's on YouTube. It's out there. Satanama, Satanama, I hope you all enjoyed that. I think it's one of the most beautiful meditations to practice, and it's so simple. And you don't have to worry about clearing your mind or feeling any pressure. A lot of people feel pressure when it comes to practicing meditation. All you have to do is go to YouTube and look up Satanama meditation and just listen and use those hand motions. Satanama. It's just so beautiful and peaceful. It's one of my favorites. And I hope you liked it too. So from here we're going to move into our yin practice. And our yin practice tonight is also for happy and positive energy. Go figure. So I'm going to start on our mats in butterfly. And butterfly is, most of you probably know it as bound angle. And all right, if anybody is new to yin yoga, I'll go through it really quickly. Yin yoga, unlike vinyasa yoga, slow flow, ashtanga yoga, we are not focusing on muscles. We are focusing on our fascia, on our bones, on our ligaments and tendons. We are going to be down on the mat most of the time. Tonight we will be down on the mat all of the time. We hold poses for typically 3 minutes. If this were a live in-person yin class, we would be holding poses probably for 5 minutes. And the reason that we hold poses long is because we are working the deep tissue, all right? And yin yoga is not about alignment. It is about the function of the pose. Your body's different than my body, and my body is different than person XYZ's body, because we all have different skeletal structure. So when we come into a pose, we find that place in the pose where we are able to physically hold that pose for 3 minutes or longer, where we call it like the edge, all right? So we're coming into it rather than full force, where we may not be able to hold it for anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes or more. We don't go full board. We maybe go 80% or 75% or 60%, depending upon your body structure. Sort of like the 3 bears, right? Mama bear, Papa bear, and baby bear, whatever works for you. And that can also mean that you use blankets, you use bolsters, you use blocks, you use pillows. You still want to feel the intention of the pose. In other words, this is not restorative yoga. You want to feel the tension and the stress on that area of the body that we're going after. So we're doing butterfly. You want to feel the pose. The intention of the pose is for you to feel something on your inner thighs, okay? So that's what we're going after here. So for some of you, this may be all you can do. For some of you, you may be able to go all the way down. For some of you, you may come down flat on the floor. Some of you may want to use a bolster because you're going to be here for 3 minutes. And that's all right. You can do whatever accommodates your body for this pose best for 3 minutes. And I'm going to time everything as soon as I grab my iPad. All right, so you're going to be in butterfly for 3 minutes. Again, you can use a bolster, block, pillow, whatever you want to do. You can be doing this. You can be doing this. Whatever's best for you to hold that pose for 3 minutes. Off you go. 3 minutes starting now. There should be no pain in the knees. Again, the focus should be on the inner thighs here. That's where you should be feeling it. You might even feel it in the lower back, a little bit of a stretch. So the intention is to find your position in the pose. Come into the pose. Find stillness in the pose. And remain relatively still for the entire 3 minutes. Again, not if you're feeling pain. If you're feeling pain, come out or pull back a little bit. Maybe you're in too deep. Slowly bring yourself up. Straighten out your legs. Bring your arms behind you like a kickstand. And then just sort of snap your legs back and forth on the floor. Release them. If you want a windshield wiper, that's fine too. We're just kind of warming up into our yin practice here. Okay, so the next pose that we're going to move into is fish pose, supported fish. I like to use a bolster for supported fish. Now, some of you may not have bolsters. Bolsters are easily available on Amazon or any yoga online shop, yoga outlet or any place like that. But if you don't have a bolster, you can use 2 pillows. These are my couch pillows. They don't have quite the same effect, but I would recommend that as opposed to 2 blocks. 2 blocks might be too intense if you're a beginner. But I'll show you the difference, okay? So here we're using 2 pillows. So you can have the first pillow come right up. Your legs are straight out. First pillow comes right up to your sacrum. The second pillow comes right up to the first pillow. Then you're going to come down onto your elbows. And you're going to drop your arms out away from your sides. So you're opening your chest, palms up, your chin, well, here actually, I would like to drop my head off this, but my pillow's a little long. What you want to do is you want your head to go back a little bit. My pillow's a little bit too long. Let's see. I'm going to do this so I show you correctly. Okay, here we go. So my head is tilting back. There we go. Dropping back so that the top of my head is just grazing the floor, okay? My throat here is open. My chin is towards the ceiling. Arms are out by the side, palms are up. This is supported fish. This is a back bend. Now, even though this is not using a bolster, I still feel this in my back. This is not a really significant height here, but I still do feel it in my lower back. So I'm going to roll off and show you what this is like with a bolster. It's a lot more intense back bend. I may have to shimmy a little bit on this too. I guess I have a short torso. I never thought about that. Okay, so I'm bringing this to my sacrum. My feet are straight out. Coming back. Yeah. So I'm going to shift myself. I'm pushing myself towards the end of the bolster, okay, using my feet. I want my head to drop a little bit. Now, obviously, this bolster is much higher. Here we go. Shoulders drop, chest opens. Chin is up, throat is open. My feet are splayed out. I don't know that you can see them, but they're splayed out, just relaxed. The concentration here is the back bend. Now this is a lot more intense of a back bend because I'm up higher. My neck and head are going back further. So if you have back issues, you may want to be on the pillows versus a bolster. Sometimes I do this on blocks for a more intense back bend, but I am not going to show you that. All right, we're going to do this for about 2.5 minutes because I took up a little bit of time here. Now, when you're doing yin yoga, you don't want your body parts to be tense. I don't want you to be clenching your jaw. I don't want you to be, clenching your toes or your fingers. Those should be relaxed. Nice even breath. right, whether you're using a bolster or pillows, what I want you to do is just slowly and carefully is roll off of whatever you're using as your support onto your side, your right side, and push the pillows or the bolster out from underneath you. And then come back onto your back and then just rest for a moment in Shavasana. Good. All right, from here we're going to roll back over onto our right side and then push ourselves up to seated. And now we're going to move into child's pose. I'm going to stay forward so that you can see better, but we're going to move into child's pose with a shoulder twist. So you're going to still be lengthwise on your mat. I'm just going to be this way so you can see better. So you're going to have your knees mat width apart, your toes touching, and you're sitting on your heels, okay? And now, traditionally, when you come into child's pose, you just come forward. In yin, you can use a bolster, you can use a block, you can use a pillow. Again, if you have some sense of uncomfortableness with your knees, you can use a blanket under your knees, or on the tops of your feet. You can use it underneath the tops of your feet. There's so many ways you can modify to make the pose work for you so that you are able to hold it for 3 minutes here. However, today, rather than moving forward onto a bolster, we are going to do a twist, a shoulder twist. So if you do need something for your knees, use a blanket under your knees or underneath your feet if you need that. Some people also like, I'll shift here just so you can see, some people also like to put a blanket here or a pillow or something here for comfort. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a nice deep breath. We're going to come forward. And we're going to lift the right arm up. And we're going to exhale. Bring it underneath that left. Fall down on the right shoulder. Keep that left arm extended. So the head is now on the floor. And we're going to stay like this for 3 minutes. If this is uncomfortable for you and you need a support, you can put a support here or a pillow. But we want to keep this left arm straight, and we want to be down on the right. We want to be down on that right shoulder, okay? Right arm up, exhale down. There we go. Slowly use that left arm, bring it in, bending the elbow. Use that left arm to push yourself up. Bring that right arm out. Lift it to the ceiling and then drop it down. Okay, now we're going to do the other side. So we're going to lift the left arm up towards the ceiling, inhaling, and then exhale down, and then slide it through the right arm. Well, not through the right arm, but underneath the right arm. And then have that right arm straight out over your head. The left arm and shoulder are flat on the floor, palm up. I'm just doing the other side now. Slowly bring that right arm in, bending the elbow. Push yourself up. Bring that left arm in. And now what I want you to do is just straighten yourself out and lay down flat on your belly on the floor for a minute and rest. Okay, from here we're going to move into Sphinx. So you're going to come up onto your elbows. So there's a nice back bend here. Now, unlike Sphinx in regular yang yoga, where it's rather a dynamic asana, this is more static. We're not doing that whole push thing where we're trying to bring our abdomen and thighs, upper thighs, our quads almost off the floor and pulling ourselves across the room here. This, we're using our bones in our our upper arms to sort of hold ourselves. We're relaxing the back, relaxing the glutes. You're almost letting those shoulder blades come together. You relax the head, relax the neck. So the only thing holding you up here are the bones in your upper arms, okay? You want those right beneath your shoulders. Aligned. That's a little bit of an alignment cue here, I know that. If you want to use a pillow to rest your head, or if you have a block, you can use a block to rest your head. Otherwise, you can just let it hang. 3 minutes. Make sure your glutes are relaxed. Relax the jaw. And keep your shoulders away from your ears. Okay. Now just let yourself fall back onto the floor, resting your head on your hands, and rest. You might want to shake out your glutes a little bit. You can also bring your hands down to your sides if that's more comfortable for you. Whatever way you prefer, but just rest for a moment. Slowly push yourself back up. Come up through all fours. If it feels good right now, you can do a couple of cat-cows. Maybe stretch from side to side. Stretch out that QL. Whatever feels good for your body. And then bring yourself to easy seat. We're going to do dragonfly. Some people like to do dragonfly up against the wall. I don't happen to have a wall available right now. But if you want to move against the wall, that's perfectly good for you to do. Also, some people like to use a pillow when they do dragonfly. You can use a bolster. Dragonfly is basically a wide leg fold. But what we do, rather than coming down like this, we do this. So some people like to have a pillow here. Some people like to have a bolster, like so. There's all kinds of ways of doing it. You don't have to use any prop at all if you don't want to. What you want to try to do is keep your back a little bit straight if you can versus doing this. You don't want to really do that. You want to try to keep somewhat straight. Yeah, we're going to be here for 3 minutes on each side, so probably a bolster or some kind of prop is a good idea. All right, here we go. So, what do you think the intention is on this particular pose? Inner thigh. Yeah. I know where I'm feeling it too. Ooh, I feel it right out here. Boy. But it is an inner thigh intention. Remember to keep your breathing normally paced. No jaw clenching. Try to keep your toes relaxed. Fingers relaxed. Okay, bring yourself upright. Release your arms. Bring your legs together. Just shake them out. If you want to hug them in a little bit, that's good. And then bring them straight again. Open wide. Move your pillow or your bolster, whatever it is that you're using as a prop, if you're using one. And now we're going to go the other direction. Clasp your hands behind your head and head left. Turn that timer on. You may find that one side feels different than the other, or not. Okay, bring yourself back upright. Move that bolster away, or pillow, or anything that you may be using as a prop. Bring your legs together. Shake them out a little bit. Shake out your arms. Good. Now we're going to come down onto our backs and just rest for a moment in Shavasana. Just for a minute. Just rest. Okay, now bend your right knee, bring your foot flat on the floor, then bend the left flat on the floor. And then just, you can put your palms down. Windshield wiper your legs back and forth from right to left. And then the next time your legs are over to the right, let them both drop there. Goal post your arms and turn your chin to the left. There's a spinal twist. We're going to stay there for 3 minutes. Ooh. I just realized I'm running a little bit late. Might not stay here for 3 minutes. I don't want to overstay my welcome. Bring your knees back to center. Lift your hips just a bit and then drop them back down. And then drop your knees to the left. And bring your chin to the right. Bring your knees back to center. And then hug them into your chest. Maybe massage your sacrum a little bit. Roll one direction and then the other. And then stretch your legs out long and find your Shavasana. Take a deep breath and repeat after me. Today, I choose happiness. Again, another deep breath and repeat. Today, I choose happiness. One more time. Take a deep breath and repeat. Today, I choose happiness. Begin to bring motion back to your fingers and your toes. Maybe move your head a little bit from side to side. Maybe give yourself a big good morning stretch. And hug your knees into your chest. And then roll yourself over onto your side and rest a moment. And then use your hands and your breath to bring yourself up to a seated position. With your eyes softly closed, just have your hands resting on your thighs. And consider happiness and how the choice is really yours. Consider ways to find happiness, even with all the negativity going on around us right now. Listening to your favorite music. Doing for others through small acts of kindness. Laughing. Laughing. Belly laughing. With maybe friends over the phone or watching a comedy on TV. Laughing. Release those endorphins. Meditation. So important. And it doesn't have to be complicated. There's many ways to meditate. And remember, you get to choose to be happy. Think about the things that bring you joy and the activities that make you happy. Do those things. Choose happiness. As always, I wish you peace and I wish you joy. And as you bring your hands to your heart, I say namaste. Peace to you and be well, my friends. Thank you. And I'm sorry that I went a little bit over. And I thank you for staying with me tonight. And if you have to go, I truly appreciate that you have to go. And I know time is important to everybody. If you can stay, that's fine. I just want to let you know that if you are interested in a one-on-one virtual yoga class or meditation with me, I have a special offer going on right now. It is $50 off the regular price. Instead of $80, it's $30. And there's information about it on my website, susanproperyoga.com. Basically, we talk on the phone, and I get information from you, and then I prepare a digital file for you, and it's yours forever. And whether it's yin yoga, whether it's hatha yoga, whether it's a meditation or a yoga nidra, it's something that you have forever to keep. And it's all yours for $30. So let me know if you're interested. You can message me, you can email me, or you can just go to my website and check it out. So anyhow, thank you for spending this evening with me, as always. And remember that the grid is here. If you have any questions, let me know. I will post the grid and the information about the oils in the Facebook group. And I thank you for being here. It means a lot to me. Thanks. Bye. See you next time.